So today I'm going to be going over a presentation following the psychological analysis of the movie Catch Me If You Can from the year 2002. This project was done by Taylor and Chase. The focus of the story throughout the whole movie is Frank William Abagnale Jr. He is the main character in Catch Me If You Can, and the story follows him throughout his whole life, coming from when he is about before the age of high school up until he's mid 20s. So when Frank was growing up, his dad was a compulsive liar, and his mom cheated on his father when his father's work business was going downhill. So at a young age, his parents had divorced. And because of his upbringing, Frank felt it was okay that, he could just, so to speak, fake it till he makes it. So he became sort of a con man. At first, he impersonated a pilot for Pan American Airways, and what he would do is that he would just freeload on flights and go all around the world flying for free because he would just be flying on the plane and getting his flights, food, hotel, everything paid for by Pan American Airways. After a while, it became clear that something was suspicious about him, so he moved down to Georgia to become a doctor. And the way this began is he walked into a hospital and he just started talking to one of the nurses there, and he ended up applying for a overnight shift at the hospital to where he would be the supervising doctor for all the interns who would be there at night. And now, much like the pilot, he never actually knew how to be a doctor. So whenever anything serious would come up, he would just delegate it to one of the interns that were working overnight with him at the hospital. And then after that, he went to Louisiana and he actually passed the state bar exam and became an assistant uh, to one of the lawyers in the state of Louisiana. Now, Frank has a problem with his personality. He's very antisocial. He has an antisocial personality disorder, and basically he disregards and violates what normal people would follow otherwise. And then he's also got a narcissistic personality disorder where he has a pattern of need for admiration, and then he really just doesn't care about what he does, and everything he does is over the top. To support this diagnosis, Frank fails to conform to laws, and he repeats acts that are just straight up felonies because he's been stealing money the whole time. And the way he does this is that he forges checks. And on top of that, he's very deceitful, and he keeps his first name the whole time, but he keeps changing his identity of his last name, and he used that to just get by and make his money. Now, he also has support for the narcissistic in that he chases the fantasies of success and power. And his initial con job as a pilot probably blinded him to the true reality of what he was doing because he kept on going for more and more money to get more and more powerful. He wanted to take advantage of others for his own gain, and he was a pretty good looking man, so he would use his attractiveness to trick any woman into basically giving in to what he wants. Now he is missing a couple of the symptoms for each of these diagnoses. For antisocial, he's not really an aggressive person. He's actually quite the opposite. He's a pretty calm, collected person, and he's very kind and nice, and that's how he can do his conning so well. And then for the narcissistic, he does not have an inflated self-importance. There's a point in time where he just wants to give up and just quit. So he moves to France, and he basically has given up on his whole life, more or less. Now for treatment, he could undergo psychoanalytic therapy through hypnosis, dream interpretation, or free association. And basically, what that would do is that they would try to hypnotize him and interpret his dreams to see if they can counteract some of these negative traits that he has. So maybe he'll stop faking it until he makes it and help him to become a normal person in society and to put his cleverness to good use, because he's obviously a very clever man. The long-term hopes for this is that he would uh, he would actually follow the law, and then that he would be more considerate of other people rather than going out of his way to screw them over. The concerns for this treatment is that there's really a lack of scientific research as to whether or not it is the root cause for the change for the better, but it's worth a shot. To portray the disorders in the film, it's really not an accurate portrayal because there's nothing truly wrong with him. He's consciously doing everything that he's doing. Uh, the portrayal of the psychological disorders in the film, it makes them seem a lot less serious than they truly are in real life, and it makes them seem unreal or that something a person could change. And that's the end of the presentation. Thanks for watching.